Morning broke over the wide savanna with a strange stillness hanging in the air. Heavy clouds drifted low, and the tall grasses whispered under a cautious wind. Near a dry river channel, a tiny elephant calf wandered alone, confused and exhausted. Only a few months old, he had lost his mother days earlier, leaving him vulnerable and unsure of where to go. His small cries echoed across the plains as he searched for comfort that never came. Instead, danger approached. One lion appeared from the brush, then another, until a full pride surrounded him in a tightening circle. The calf stumbled backward against a mound of hardened earth, his trunk flailing as fear overtook him. The lions were patient, studying him carefully, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Suddenly, a deep vibration rolled across the ground like distant thunder. Birds lifted into the sky, and dust rose along the southern edge of the clearing. A massive bull elephant emerged from the haze, scarred and imposing, his presence commanding immediate attention. Known among rangers as Cato, he had lived alone for years after being driven away from his herd. He stepped forward slowly, his ears spread wide and his eyes locked on the lions. Without charging at first, he released a powerful rumble that seemed to shake the air itself. The lions hesitated, then began to retreat one by one as Cato advanced with steady confidence. Within moments, the pride melted back into the grass, leaving the trembling calf behind. The little elephant stood frozen until Cato gently reached out with his trunk, resting it along the calf's back. The youngster leaned into him instinctively, clinging to the first sense of safety he had felt in days. Rain began to fall, soft at first, then steady, washing over the land as the two elephants stood together. A nearby ranger named Daniel watched the scene through binoculars, stunned by what he witnessed. He had prepared for tragedy, but instead saw an unlikely rescue. He quietly recorded the moment, knowing it was something extraordinary. Cato began guiding the calf across the open plains rather than toward hiding places. He moved slowly, allowing the youngster to keep pace beneath his protective shadow. Over the following days, they traveled through lesser-known paths, stopping at water sources and shaded groves. The calf, whom Daniel later nicknamed Nuru, gradually regained his strength. He began copying Cato's movements, dust-bathing, lifting his trunk to scent the wind, and exploring the world with cautious curiosity. At night, he slept pressed against the bull's side, secure and calm. News of the rescue spread among rangers and local communities, and sightings of the unusual pair captured attention. Other elephant herds began to notice Cato's presence again, watching him from a distance. Eventually, the pair approached a watering basin where a new herd had gathered. The matriarch observed them carefully, her posture firm but not aggressive. Nuru stepped forward hesitantly, drawn by instinct toward the larger family. The matriarch reached out her trunk, greeting him with a low rumble. The herd surrounded the calf gently, examining him and accepting him into their circle. Cato stood apart at first, uncertain and tense, remembering the exile that had once forced him into solitude. Then the matriarch approached him directly, touching his scarred face with calm acknowledgement. He responded with a deep rumble of his own, and slowly the herd welcomed him as well. Daniel watched from a distance, amazed as the once lonely bull stepped into the group, walking beside them as an equal. For the first time in years, Cato belonged somewhere again. Life settled into a new rhythm. Cato became a silent guardian within the herd, especially protective of Nuru. Months passed, and the young elephant grew stronger and more playful. Yet danger still lingered across the savanna. One morning, as the herd approached a narrow pass, Cato sensed trouble. Hungry male lions lay in wait, hoping to isolate a vulnerable calf. Without hesitation, Cato positioned himself between the herd and the brush. When a lion emerged, he charged fiercely, forcing it to retreat. A second lion attempted to flank the group, but Cato drove it away with thunderous trumpets and relentless determination. The third predator vanished without attacking, unwilling to face such power. The herd moved safely through the pass, and the matriarch returned to Cato's side with quiet gratitude. Nuru remained close to him, clearly recognizing the bull as his protector and teacher. Stories of Kato's courage spread across the region, told by rangers around campfires and shared among conservationists as a reminder of the deep bonds animals can form. Over time, Kato became known not just as a survivor but as a guardian who chose connection over isolation. Seasons changed, rains returned, and the once lonely bull continued to walk with his herd, watching over the young and guiding Nuru as he matured into a confident elephant. The pair's bond never faded, and the herd flourished under a sense of unity strengthened by their shared history. The savanna that had once echoed with loneliness now carried the sounds of family, cooperation, and resilience. Their journey became a symbol of second chances, proving that even those cast aside can find purpose again through compassion and courage. If you enjoyed this heartfelt wildlife story and want to hear more powerful tales from nature, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the next adventure.